Son Goku's power has risen in a great way, and without wasting time, he was able to hold Zeno-sama from his head, destroying absolutely everything around him. Zeno-sama, despite using a large amount of all his power, he was not able to do anything. That's right, Goku's power this time had been so much that he was able to completely overshadow it. Instantly, Goku with a great power was able to send him towards a planet, destroying everything around. I know that with that, I haven't been able to do absolutely anything to you, so leave aside the energy drain. Otherwise, I'll end up with you in an instant. An incredible aura of fire would rise up all over the place. That's right, the power of the great Zeno-sama had been released. You're a very powerful warrior, but I'm not impressed with you. Since you, being the most powerful warrior of all the 12 universes, it was to be expected. At the moment, both launched themselves, starting to exchange millions of blows for all the 12 universes. That's right, this time, neither one worried about the destruction of the universes, because their battle was the one that would decide the fate of each of the universes.
Wow! Goku's power is amazing! He was able to neutralize Daishinkan with his simple aura, but I don't have to stay behind. I plan to end this dam. The power that had been able to expel that Saiyan is amazing. Now I understand how he was able to almost end his life, but I have no plans to die in this place. Mikoshin, with great speed, was able to transport herself to one side of Kefla, but at the moment Kefla was able to dodge her blow, starting to exchange millions of blows all over the place. That's right, this time Mikoshin's power had grown in an incredible way. However, Kefla's power would not be left behind, since the blows that were able to connect made them spit large amounts of blood all over the place.
No, damn. I can't believe that I feel the angel's father. This immobilized by a simple pressure. Daishinkan would try to stand up, but his bones were completely destroyed. But next to Daishinkan, a big explosion would be generated, as Zeno was able to grant an incredible attack to Goku, sending him flying.
That hurt a little bit, but
Goku, before finishing his sentence, was able to observe Daishinkan next to him, who was not even able to move with his simple pressure.
Aha! The great priest! He's eating dust with my simple pressure. I can tell that you're a simple worm next to me.
Goku would stretch out one of his hands with the intention of ending Daishinkan's life. But Zeno, with a powerful attack, was able to deflect that attack, and without wasting time, he was able to send Goku flying with a great blow.
No, I'm not gonna let you end Daishinkan's life.
I want to thank you very much, my lord, because if it hadn't been for you, that damn monkey would have been able to end my life.
No, Daishinkan, don't get confused. I won't let him end your life because you serve me more alive than dead. But you're not able to withstand a simple pressure, so you'll be part of all my power.
What has my lord said? Please, I implore you, give me one more chance. Zeno-sama, without any remorse, was able to insert his hand into Daishinkan's heart, beginning to absorb every drop of his energy, making his power much greater. This would be realized by Goku since an incredible destruction would begin for all the 12 universes.
That guy started to absorb Daishinkan. He didn't care about the time they spent together. He only used it as food for his own power.
Goku, at great speed, would try to stop him, since his power was beginning to reach amazing scales. That's right, this time Zeno-sama's power was becoming much more destructive. Goku being a few centimeters away, a great barrier would be formed all over Zeno-sama's body, while Daishinkan's vital energy was beginning to come to an end.
That happens with him being a weakling, since the law of this world is like that. The strongest lives while the weak serve, so that the strong can become even more powerful. If that's your thought, then in this case, I'm planning to end your life right now, since you're nothing but power besides me. What did you say? I'm not gonna let you disrespect me like that.
Mikoshin and Kefla would resume their battle, while Goku, no matter how great his effort was not able to destroy that powerful barrier. But after a few minutes, a huge explosion would be observed all over the battlefield, while Zeno-sama's own appearance had completely changed, since in that instant, a golden warrior would appear throughout the entire multiverse, while his power was so great that he was even able to destroy millions of dimensions in his path.
Sorry for the wait, but I really had to recharge. I'm ready, so you better be prepared anyways. Ha! It doesn't matter that you absorbed Daishaken. His power was pathetic.
But Goku wasn't able to see anything. He just felt like millions of blows were capable of completely destroying his body. That's right, this time, each of Zeno-sama's blows were capable of causing incredible damage to his entire body.
Haha, you weren't able to keep up with me? I try to defend yourself, but otherwise this would be very boring. What the hell? How was he able to attack me with that incredible speed? I haven't been able to see absolutely anything.
Goku would stand up, expelling the maximum power of the Ultra Instinct, since this transformation allowed him to use 100% of all his power. Without losing speed, the incredible aura would rise throughout the multiverse, while instantly, his silver-colored eyes would shine with great intensity. After 2 seconds, they were already exchanging millions of blows. But despite the incredible increase in Goku's power, he hadn't been able to match Zeno-sama. Although he was able to grant him a few blows, it was not enough.
Damn, I have to think about something fast because if the battle continues at this pace, this bastard will be able to finish me.
Goku with a great blow had fallen to the ground, destroying mountains around him.
I must admit that you possess an incredible power, but you still remain a mere mortal, since you, aside from my true power, you are completely nothing.
Zeno would notice how Kefla was able to defeat Mikoshin, and as his last blow was about to take his life, Zeno-sama at a great speed was able to knock out Kefla, staring at Mikoshin.
You should already know what I will do. The weak die. Only the strong survive, so I ask for an apology. No, damn. I never thought I'd be ending up as a part of being you. This is disgusting.
Zeno-sama would begin to absorb Mikoshin in the same way. Goku, being badly injured, was not able to do anything to stop him, since large amounts of blood were being released from his body, which did not allow him to manage to do something against him.
Damn, I have to get back to my base state so as not to wear down the little power I do have.
Goku would return to his base state, and with the help of teleportation was able to get to the side of Kefla, who was a little injured but nothing serious.
Apparently the training Kefla's had helped her get this incredible stamina, but I don't know what we could do to beat that miserable.
Blood was beginning to fall from Zeno-sama's body. That's right, even though his body was beginning to release a gigantic power, in the same way too much blood would be released, because he was not used to the power of Daishaken, and adding the power of Mikoshin to it, it was complete madness, so his body was beginning to completely destroy.
That's my only chance. I'm able to withstand all the power of Kefla, just like Kakarot still possesses all my power. Whis, I promise not to waste any of your power.
Goku, from a slight blow to Kefla's chest, was able to make her wake up.
Ah! What happened? I was about to end Mikoshin's life. It's not time for that. Just know that damn Zeno started absorbing Mikoshin. No, damn. Then we better run away right now as we can, because if we stay, a single one of his blows will be able to finish us off. No, Kefla, it's not time to run away, because if we do, that wretch will still be able to master all that power. I want you to look at the ground.
Kefla had noticed that large pools of blood were forming around Zeno.
Now I understand the body of that miserable dwarf is not to assimilate all the power he's absorbing, and this is the opportunity to defeat him. You're right, Kefla, because if I'm able to give him a single hit with all my power, I'll be able to explode it, because it is Time Bomb. But if we give him time to be able to master all that great power, he will finish with us. I understand, Goku. Count on me for whatever you need. I just want to give you my power, since I'm going to take care of that guy personally. No, Goku, don't say stupid things. That's complete madness, because the power of that bastard is incredible, and even if his body's not able to dominate him, if he's able to grant you a single blow, he can end your life. Please, Kefla, trust me. We have only finished with the gods who've mocked us, but the high commands are missing, and only the most important of all remains.
A great power would also begin to enter Goku's body, because the Kefla that would begin to completely transmit all its power to him, Goku would raise his power to the max, which Zeno-sama would realize. However, he wasn't able to do anything since he was trying to assimilate all the power he had absorbed.
That's enough, Kefla! With this power, I have to be able to beat this miserable. No, Goku, I plan to give you all the power I have inside. Only leave the necessary teleport. I trust you, Goku.
Goku, before he's able to cut off Kefla's energy, she was able to send him almost all her power, and then she disappeared from the place while all of Kefla's power began to mix with her own power. It's a gigantic power. I have to be able to control it, and I have to manage to give that wretch a single blow of all this power. Zeno, at the moment, was able to move a little, throwing himself towards Goku. I'm not gonna let you assimilate the power of all that damn, so I'll finish you right this instant. Zeno, at the moment of hitting it, would completely go through it because it was an illusion, while Goku was on a very distant planet assimilating all the power. That's enough! I can't let that wretch get used to that power either. I have to eradicate it this very instant. Goku would appear in front of Zeno. Both exchanged millions of blows at an incredible speed, because their speeds were similar. Since Goku's speed had increased a little, while that of Zeno had decreased due to excess energy, Goku with a big kick was able to send him flying towards the planet. It's now or never! I'll eradicate you! Goku would begin to channel an incredible power, but to his surprise, Zeno, without wasting time, had appeared behind him, granting him in the same way a blow, destroying everything around him. Instantly that Goku was standing up, Zeno had been able to hold his face tightly, completely destroying everything in his path. I'm not planning on letting you end my life so easily. Zeno, having him restrained, would throw an incredible attack, which was able to generate incredible damage to Goku. But when Goku was about to die, all the power that was able to travel through his body. I've got a few inches at this distance I can't miss. Destroyer of evil gods, blow of the dragon god. An incredible dragon was able to emerge from Goku's fist, so upon contact with Zeno-sama, it would begin to disintegrate completely, while Goku would fall to a planet on the verge of death and returning to his base state. That was amazing! I never thought I would be able to beat that damn! Goku would be out of combat while Zeno-sama would be part of simple atoms of all the 12 universes. When the battle was over, a few days had passed and Kefla was able to recover completely. Returning to the battlefield, realizing that Goku was still out of combat, at the moment he found out he would return to the planet of the Saiyans of Universe 6. I've finally been able to get our revenge. We have finished with this evil of all the 12 universes. And after a few days, Goku had been able to wake up. Yeah, my head hurts a little, but I feel prouder of the power that you've been able to get, Kefla. I'm proud of you, as you've been able to obtain an incredible power, so much so that you were even able to defeat a king completely. I appreciate it, but none of that would have been possible without your help. But it takes something for all this to end. I knew you would say that, so while you remained unconscious, I was able to gather all the Super Dragon Balls, so we could bring to life all the warriors that were affected in this great battle. Great! The powerful dragon god Zama was able to fulfill Goku's wish, allowing all the warriors eradicated by Zeno-sama and the great battle to come back to life, while Goku and Kefla would be the new rulers of the whole. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.